What's up, friends of the good mood? This is Manni and welcome to a crazy hard carry video right here, in which we're going to find out together how much difference one person can make against even full teaming platoons on the other side, and using 3 different matches for it, okay? In every single one of them, we're going to carry the team so hard with these robots that we're running right now. Of course, some skillful play is one aspect, but of course the other one, which I want to admit and say right here immediately, is we're running maximum level modules as well, okay? You guys kept asking to see some max level modules and see the gameplay and certain things, so, and I also wanted to know how much difference do they actually make, and I feel like in this video we can really explore that together very well, okay? So let's go and have a look. I'm observing the match, see where I need to drop in, where am I required or necessary. So I decided to go up here, even though there is already such a clash happening. I also noticed that this is where the enemy team keeps spawning in. So I feel like this is a good time as any to activate the anti-stealth, and also the retribution ability on this Ares, and destroy 2 or 3 robots very fast right here with these shotguns, Gust and Storm at the same time. Since I lost my shield anyways, I may as well walk in, and now I'm protected for 4.5 seconds by the last stand ability, which in my opinion is by far too long. The duration of the last stand maxed out 4.5 seconds, in my opinion, is way too long, and it is basically an always win module no matter what. And I also gave that feedback to Pixonic, asking them to implement a indicator for you to know that the guy you're shooting at is going to have last stand. I feel like this is important as heck, because otherwise you're gonna end up using your Pantheon pack weapon mode, or your suppression, your stealth, you're using your abilities for no reason because the guy is impossible to kill. Okay, so an indicator showing the presence of the last stand would be absolutely necessary in my opinion. I sent that, and I also said that the duration of last stand is too long in my opinion. It becomes so that you can only kill the guy with last stand if you have last stand too, because 4.5 seconds outlasts stealth and whatever other modes there are, and it just makes so much difference. But yeah, see how we are right now destroying the enemy team right now with just damage output en masse. The damage output on this Tyrant Spectre is just insane. 4 Tyrants with the thermonuclear reactor ×3 at level 6, and then booster damage active and all this. Guys, this is brutal. This is like 2 Spectres shooting you with Tyrants pretty much. Because of these additional, well, it's not like 2, but it's like 1.5 at least, okay? So really high amount of amplified damage coming in. And I'm trying to capture this beacon here, but he knew what I was going to try and do, so he jumped in and sits with me on the beacon. However, he also knows that he won't be able to do this forever, because he's now getting attacked from the side, so he has to bail out and allow me to capture this beacon no matter what. He doesn't like it, but you're going to have to do this. And so in this case, I'm holding the beacon here. I already have it, so I could spawn here. By the way, at the end of this video, I draw a little conclusion when it comes to the power of the new modules and the impact, and I'm also delivering a few suggestions on how to make a few things better. I would love if you guys could stick till the end to hear those, and also if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, guys, please consider doing this. I would really appreciate it, and also hit that notification bell to be notified, alright? Continue! There we go. And I'm using this Bulwark Fortress. Really crazy. Like, we're having a lot of DPS, we are having a lot of tankiness, and I think there's also last stand on this. Yep, at 84,000 HP we stopped taking any damage, as you can see right here, and only 4.5 seconds later it is possible to damage this robot again. Unfortunately, right after this, the next Fury comes around with 3 Tridents, and I'm trying to, deal as much damage as I can before I die, and which happens now. So, the last robot, by the way, this is going to become a separate video. Same as the Pantheon Ares with Storm and Gust. This will become a separate video, and then we're going to have a video looking at the Flux Fury with all maxed modules. You only have 2 passive modules on the Fury, but we're gonna have a look at this and see how it does, especially on long range map. Look how much we have carried this team in the first one, guys. 2.3 million damage, 5 beacons capped, 16 kills. We have altogether done almost the amount of damage that the team has, and the enemy team has been a full teaming platoon and hasn't had a chance to win this because of the contributions made by one player in this match. Of course, let's keep in mind, and I want to stress this, we're running everything max, so we're playing like 1.5 players right now. The strength we have is like 1.5 players, but at the same time, some of the enemy team also are more and more running modules too. So it kind of relevates, at least when two enemies in the enemy team are also incredibly maxed out. So I realize I have to jump on the beacon here. I was trying to record some Shock Train maxed gameplay here, and then I realized the enemy team is incredibly advancing on us, and I needed to jump onto the beacon. Even though this is a long-range weapon, I couldn't give them this beacon. So I jumped on it and killed myself, but at the same time prevented them from capping the beacon, and still did a little bit of damage in the meantime. So spawning here, thanks to the fact that they haven't gotten it, allows me to destroy the physical shield on this Lancelot very fast, get this guy out of the way, and then turn him sideways, right? I turned him sideways so that my teammates can hit into his sideway, into his weak spots, and I can also, you know, hit him and try to deal some damage through the frontal shield that I deleted on him. Let's accelerate the next gameplay for a few seconds here, because I'm walking over here. There's not much happening, but I still wanted to show you what we're doing. We're actually walking over here, putting some pressure on the enemy and counter capping beacons. They were trying to, with a very big assault, get to our base beacon right there, but I'm doing the exact opposite and doing it to them now. Activating the anti-stealth right here. Boom, gone, and boom, gone as well. Holy moly, these two guys just get completely flattened by the Ares unbreakable shield, which in my opinion still also needs to be said goes way too long. I think 4 seconds of shielding would have probably been enough for a robot that has that many advantages already. Jumping in with the Invader, yet another robot I'm going to make a separate video about, because we're gonna have like 550,000 health with this thing when it's maxed out. And look how we can just sit in between of 4 enemies, kill 2 of them, and still survive for such a long time that eventually my teammate jumps in with me and, you know, holds the beacon with me too. Which, until I finally jump in with the next very tanky robot, the Falcon, with the full resistance and everything, allowing me to get this guy and then this guy. By the way, I made a mistake. He has Tyrants and Redeemer. That's a lot of damage output he had. By the way, he's reloading. That's why I can losslessly switch to my additional weapons here, and while he's busy as well. Pretty cool. I noticed that he was going to enter a reload on that Scourge Bulgazari, so good time to switch to this extra weapon here. He thought he's in range apparently, but he is clearly not. Doing some decent damage from a distance and seeing how much we can still try and carry. With the amount of damage output that we have in HP and resistance, I'm just waiting for the suppression to go away before I start firing again. Boom! Godlike number 1. Okay? So, here we go with Godlike number 2. Boom! Godlike. Healing module activated. Here comes Godlike number 3. And because that wasn't enough yet, let's make Godlike number 5 happen as well. Boom. Alright, so we have really turned this beacon, this match around, not necessarily just because of the, you know, max state of these robots, but also because we just counter-capped them and took their base beacon. That was really important in this case, and they spawned there too late. They should have spawned earlier to avoid this from happening, because after me taking it, I can constantly respawn on the beacon, and even with less maxed stuff, I would still be able to respawn there and prevent them from capping it. And in this case, we're running I was running the Spectre here with Shock Train because I wanted to record some gameplay for it to make a separate video, which was going to happen. But, you know, it just ended up being one of these matches where I find myself unable to just enjoy the Shock Train Spectre from a distance, but actually had to go in and change it. I activated anti-stealth super early because I knew there's new stealth bots spawning in and I expected them to jump up. And it worked, so they really did jump up and I got them immediately over this cover, reloading the Shock Train one more time and then jumping over, killing myself and also killing almost the Spectre here with me in just one hit very quick. He can't capture the beacon because my buddy is sitting on it, thankfully, which allows me to spawn on the beacon very quickly. And let's do some really crazy stuff. This is probably also becoming a separate video here, the Taran and Magnum Ares. It is just insane how much damage this thing can do in such a short amount of time. And in that, even from 350 meters range with these weapons, you don't have to get super close for it. And of course, even if you do get taken out at the end, your last stand, which I have right here, still allows you to survive and not get taken out. Boom, got this guy godlike already, activating the ability again, godlike, and coming around the corner here, and oh, there's another Mercury, 100% HP, godlike, killed. Then taking down this half of the Griffin with me still, and then we're gonna be destroyed. By the way, I can't wait to make the video about the Invader. I think with 570,000 health that we have right here, or maybe 550 or so when you're using you know, instead of the HP modules, you use the last stand at the end. That is just crazy. Imagine, you can literally jump on a beacon and just cap the living crap out of it, because nobody's going to be able to stop you with this much health, and you also have a decent amount of firepower here with 2 light and 1 medium weapon. Look, I'm literally attacked by 4 people right now. I'm still capping the beacon. I'm still capping it. This is ridiculous. I'm still capping it. They throw everything they have at me, the entire team, and I'm still enjoying myself here on the beacon, capping it and spawning on the beacon no matter what. And with the jump ability that the Invader has, it also becomes so mobile and so dangerous. It can do such crazy maneuvers, and you suppress the enemy firepower around you, and it's just really insane. Like, the amount of firepower and stuff you have on this with the amount of HP really becomes an absolute monster. And also you have the Spectre Shock Train, can barely get through this resistance here on this thing, and I notice he's now low on ammo, so I switched to my additional weapons and grilled the dude really quickly, because my Avenger was actually reloading at this point, and I thought it was going to be the better choice to jump and activate the extra weapons and kill him while he is low on ammo anyways. Now unfortunately I jump out of my beacon, and this way I give them the beacon right there. I didn't realize that this Inquisitor was literally sitting on that beacon the entire time, just not doing anything but trying to cap the beacon, and that's how he did it. But still, we're spawning here at the side again, which is actually not a bad thing considering there is this full Hize, you know? I would have spawned on the beacon, but then we would have lost the base beacon, and in this case, me having to spawn here actually resulted in a positive effect, where I can now take out this Hize and prevent him from capping our beacon right here. Boom. Still our beacon very quickly. Let's accelerate the next few seconds of gameplay right here while I'm, you know, capturing their center beacon here as well. Take this thing, that's right. Boom, here we go, my beacon. I already played this, that's why my hands are free. It's post-commentary. I'm doing commentary over the gameplay I had before. Oh, it's Hydra's coming in, so activating the stealth ability. Only gotten hit once, that's fine. Killing him right there, while my Inquisitor friend is taking out this guy, and that's it. Let's see how much we carried this time, guys. Victory, and 2.5 million damage, almost 14 kills, 3 beacon caps, and the enemy team wasn't a full platoon this time, but it's still insane how much one person was able to change. Of course, based off the combination between really good piloting and also having the maxed stuff, right? I mean, I wouldn't be able to achieve 2.5 million damage in this short round here without the modules and the increased damage output, you know? I would probably end up with 1.8 million or 1.9, right? We probably would have still won, but you see, there is a lot of difference made by the equipment, and I feel like I was able to show how much we can actually change with these modules, and in my opinion, the impact of these modules, and I want to say this is why I made this video, is also to say that I feel like the impact of the modules is too strong, especially because the new robots that are already very powerful are getting 3 passive modules and the active one, while the older robots, the ones who really would need an upgrade, they are the ones who only get 1 passive module sometimes and stuff like that, you know? And I feel like we're kind of missing out on a great opportunity to tweak the older robots back into the meta by giving them more passive robot and module slots, while the newer robots that are already more dominant and powerful, they get to have lower amounts of module slots, so that it kind of, you know, levels the powers and allows every robot, even the older ones, to kind of, you know, keep up in the game. That would have been a great thing to see, and I'm hoping that with this feedback, maybe we can tweak something together, because it's still brand new, the whole module feature, and usually new things are subject to change. And I can't say I would hate to see the Griffin and the Leo and the Natasha to have 3 module slots, and the Ares, Hades, Spectre to only get 1, right? I feel like this would have made more sense in my opinion. But anyway, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and comment down below. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe, as brutal as a man can hit for more. Thanks for being with me. You guys are awesome as always. Manni-Gaming signing off. Bye bye.